in this section, we will be introducing Dash applications. So we're going to pick on several pieces of the Dash application itself, but really this is about how we start to visualize and put our trading assistant into a graphical and some visual representation versus just the Excel sheets that we've had now. So we're going to go through the basics of core components where we'll learn to build tables and graphics and start your Dash application. We're going to look at bootstrap components, which are a really personal favorite of mine, where it takes out some of the complexity around the design work so that you can have buttons be similar colors without a whole lot of work, and have tables with the right interface and right look so that it's easy to find and sort through. And then lastly, we're going to look at how we update our tables utilizing outputs, inputs, and then also how we can put components into these Dash applications that actually allow you to live update automatically without the user having to do anything except tell it what interval they would like it to update at. So a successful completion of this section would allow users to confidently create and launch their Dash applications. They would be able to add tables, plots, and buttons, as well as making sure that they're in the layout and the order that they would like them to be in to interact most effectively with their Dash application. They'll also be introduced to global variables, so our users should be at the end of this familiar a little bit with global variables, why we're using them. I know that some that are more Python based, and especially around Jupyter, prefer not to use global variables. For myself, I do like them for quick graphic updates. So when we're looking at multiple securities and we want to actually have a plot on our graphic, to me it's very handy to be able to have these global variables to go back and reference. It's not a large amount of data in this, especially with us using a demo server. You don't want to have something that's writing mass amounts of data that you have to remember all the time. But we'll get into that a little deeper when we start going to the graphic itself. Users should also be able to utilize buttons and interval components so that we are able to manually and automatically update our applications. This is a very important concept for this, and it'll become even more important if you'd like to eventually get to the point where you allow your trading assistant to do auto trade executions. And then lastly, we're going to use a combination of these properties to introduce ways to analyze multiple stocks at once. So in our past sections, we've been looking at single stocks. We have not really put in multiple securities or iterated through those, and we will be introducing that with this section. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into our Dash application basics.